On that day, are we able to claim ignorance and be justified for our lives? Hi, this is Barry Phillips, the Timid Torah, day 3 in Nitzavim, and we are going to finish up Deuteronomy chapter 29 with the last verse, verse 29, which reads, "The secret matters belongs to Yahweh, our Elohim, but what is revealed belongs to us and to our children forever, to do all the word of this Torah." Among the ranks of those that we associate with, and I say we, I'm talking about those that join me within the Hebraic focus community. However, that's tagged and facilitated. There seems to be quite a bit of, shall I say, smug satisfaction about what we think we have learned. We have studied Torah for my congregation and myself. This is about, 25 years, 24 years, I think, of studying Torah, cycle after cycle after cycle. And it is research for sermons and teachings outside the Torah, digging in, digging deep, word studies, unique signs found in the Hebrew language and the writing there where, things just don't seem to be said exactly the way they should. Why is it said that way? The questions that come up in textual study. And so we dig and we uncover these mines of just spectacular insight. Or at least we have thought so. And so we have learned of the patterns, and we have learned the intricacies of rabbinical studies. It's all fascinating stuff. It's enlightening. It's encouraging. This word, the way it's crafted, the way that Yah inspired Moshe and then the prophets and then the writers to pen these words and put them in the form, even when it is translated down into an English version. The wonder of what's being said. I can read this English translation and enough of a question can come up that I can go to the Hebrew and start digging with some resources and find out, oh, wow. And the wow factor, even after 20 plus years, occasionally is still there. But do we know what we think we know? Do we still have a lot to learn? I recently listened to a rabbinical commentary on a previous Torah portion. And the rabbi was just powerfully speaking about a certain slant and perspective of that portion. And it was intriguing. It was enlightening. It was something that I needed to hear. And one might say, well, where did they hear that at? They have been studying this for thousands of years. Do you think they might have a little bit of an advantage? And so, yeah, I have on my shelf here, I have rabbinical resources, and I have them online that I look at. I don't always agree, but a lot of times I learn. We can no longer claim ignorance. On that day, when we stand before our Messiah and we give an account to him of our lives, as Kitavo, our previous Torah portion, talked about, we will bring the first fruits and we will rehearse our testimony to him. All of us are accountable for our lives and our living. And Yeshua knows in extreme detail, in exhaustive detail, what is it that we can say that he doesn't already know? But we need to testify and to reveal what it is that we chose to do and why. In that day, we will not be able to say, oh, I didn't know. when the vast resources are available to us, when we have the written word, that we don't have to have someone to read it and explain the meaning to us. We can go into the word and we can see it ourselves. Even a basic understanding of Scripture, level 1, 2, or 3, you've just been in it a year or two, you've just started reading thoroughly, you've just started penning your questions and asking your questions, and you're doing more listening than anything else. You want to listen and glean and learn. Wonderful. Even at that stage, the word is plain enough that we are without excuse. Matter of fact, Romans chapter 1 says, if you have no written text in front of you, nature itself, the world in its operation, the fabulous intricacies of just taking something and putting it under a microscope and looking at how it's designed, studying animal life and realizing how incredible their bodies are created and their capabilities are, studying the human anatomy, this incredible machine that we have that we call our physical bodies, that medical science is still trying to figure things out about. It has to reveal to us that there is a master designer and a creator. And if he exists, and he does, then we should be crying out to him and trying to find out how to relate to him. No one has an excuse. But Moshe says that there are still secret matters that only belong to Yah. Now, when we read over in Rav Shaul's writings, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, he says that these matters are revealed to us by the Ruach HaKodesh. His Spirit breathes into our spirit and reveals things that are fascinating to know. So we have a two-pronged issue here, two parts. One, there are things that we don't know, that we will probably never know, that may not even be revealed to us in the days of the kingdom. Because the wisdom of Yah is so far and beyond the capability and the capacity of even immortal man to comprehend, that we can't get it all. And I don't know that I want to have a creator necessarily who has limited knowledge, limited ability, limited understanding, even if it's a bit higher than my own. I'm encouraged by the fact that Yah's wisdom and understanding is inexhaustible, and that he knows everything there is to know about everything that is. I like that. That means nothing that I present to him is it new or problematic to him. Has it ever occurred to you that nothing ever occurs to him? He's always had knowledge of everything. But on the other side of this is, if we lack wisdom, Yaakov, James chapter 1 says that we are to go to him and ask him, and he will give to us liberally. Yah is willing to teach us all that we're willing to learn. It's not a free download. We have to study and show ourselves approved. It means that we read. It means that we ask him questions, that we ask those that we know questions. It means that we take notes. It means that we dig in there and that we're not satisfied with smug answers. That's why we are here where we are now. We're not willing to accept staid answers and stale comments. There had to be more, and there is. So our Yah is beyond our imagination and his capability and capacity. Yet we are without excuse. There's no way we can claim ignorance. I didn't know. After all, it's an open book test. It's in here, if we're just willing to look for it. I hope you be encouraged to study a little bit today, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. So then, shalom.